So onto the windowsill on the landing, more Punishers. That's Marvel Studios Thomas Jane Punisher. I won't put a side-by-side comparison of the Art Figures Punisher because that one loses quite badly, quite embarrassing actually. The Marvel Icons bust, Green Goblin, Origins statue, Daredevil, Asda exclusive, Iron Man and War Machine. He took a dive off the windowsill and broke his cannon. Me with Spider-Man about 3 years ago from America. Origin Spider-Man, and then Marvel Studios comic Punisher, who isn't bad. His ankles are shit though. He's leaning against the window. That's the only way I can get him to stand up. And then more Punisher. As you can guess, Punisher's my favourite comic book character. And then just a random dead fly that somebody was kind enough to point out on Sideshow Freaks that I've still not cleaned up. So the only Punisher merchandise I don't have that I'm desperate for is the Origins statue. These are still quite readily available on eBay. And that one, and you can get Iron Man and Captain America quite easily as well. Punisher, I think I saw it once and then it just disappeared, so good luck finding that. Also, that was my belly there. Predators, these are all from Predators. That is where City Predator went, that gap there. I sold City Predator and I've got a Tracker Predator in the post. Well, at least the guy who I traded Thor, I used to have Thor where the Punisher was on the computer desk, the movie Thor. And I traded him for Tracker Predator, and he's had he's had Thor for a week and he's still yet to send Tracker Predator, so I'm waiting till tomorrow until I lose my patience. But you've got a classic Pred, and that lights. Let's see if I can get the thing to light up. Where is it? Where's the button? Oh, come on. There we are. That's pretty cool. And I do like this as well. The reason I've got him like that, looking at the scanner with that up and not in a battle pose or anything, is because I had the City Predator and the Berserker in battle poses, and I thought, well, I may as well put one in a kind of a pensive, searching, scanning pose. Come on, where's the switch? How'd you turn it off? There we are. Noland. Got that from 1/6 Bruce Wyman, 85 quid, including postage. It was 98.50. You know, Predators, not the greatest film in the world, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. I thought it was brilliant. Hence the Predator shelf. Royce, got him from Australia. Already managed to lose one of the shotgun shells. It fell off the computer desk when I was tucking them in, and I heard it hit the floor, and then like a month later and I still can't find it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Berserker Predator, the school trophy. I like that helmet so much I decided I had to have it on the base instead of tucking it away in the box where no one could see it. But then I also love the look of him with the roaring mandibles. So it was kind of a, do I have the helmet on his head and you can't see his roaring mandible face, which I think is brilliant, or do I have the roaring mandibles and have him with the helmet at his feet? So I went the latter. Same with that spear. I love that spear that Nolan comes with, but I also wanted him to have his gun. So if you just take you'll notice that I haven't got the hoses on. Maybe I can't take his helmet off. He's got two hoses that supposedly kind of hook into the back, one that side, and run to the gun on his arm. But it was such a pain in the arse to do it, I decided not to. So that's his helmet, and then that's Fishburne's head. I think it's pretty cool. And then moving away from the Hot Toys now, and this is the remnants of my Transformers collection. So sold Masterpiece Prime and Masterpiece Megatron, sold RID Prime, still got one RID Prime because I had one Prime and one Omega Prime, so really I had two RID Primes. So I've still got some stuff to sell. I'm selling RID Ultra Magnus, selling Cybertron Prime, selling RID Prime. Basically just kept the ones that I like. So I've sold like Sea Spray, I sold what's his name, Silverbolt, a couple of others. So these are all the ones that I actually want now, all the designs that I like. The Fans Project, Rodimus, Cup at the back, and then just like, even though they were never in a cartoon or anything that I watched, and I don't read the comics at all, I've still kept them, Pterrodive and Darkmat, because I think they're brilliant figures. And then bottom shelf, all the G1 stuff still here. I think the last video review I did, the last collection tour, that wasn't complete. Basically, I found a complete Magnus for like 30 quid or something. So I bought that and sold the incomplete one that I had. That Prime is a reissue Prime, it's not an original. And that is the knockoff Devastator, which, to me, is there a light on here? I don't think there is. I thought there was, but there obviously isn't. That cost me 15 quid, and from this distance, and from the amount of time I'm going to spend playing with it, I can't tell that it's a knockoff, so that'll do me. And then the final bit into the spare room, fans toys, so TFC Toys Hercules, classic Turtles, and I'm glad that they've announced Bebop and Rocksteady because they'll fit in really well. All the Revenge of the Fallen and movie stuff basically got condensed into one Leader / Human Alliance shelf. So they're all relatively in scale. So we've got Prime at the back, Starscream, Megatron, Ironhide and Sentinel Prime, and then Sideswipe, Skids, Bumblebee. It's the model for Chromia, but it's the pink of RC. I think Hasbro fucked up big style with that one. And then Jazz. So Jazz, who is a prime example of me collecting a figure just because it was available and it hadn't been available before. Now on this occasion that turned out for the best because I think he's my favourite Human Alliance figure. But I basically drove to Derby on a Wednesday night, which is 25 miles away. So it was just a ridiculous thing to do because it was available and because I didn't know how long it was going to be there and because I needed him in my collection because he was going to be rare, all that bullshit. But it's one of the few figures I'm actually happy that I did that for. So yeah, animated. Again, all these figures I actually quite like. I might get rid of Wreck-Gar because he's just a block, but most of the others I'm actually happy with. Like RC and Rodimus, I actually searched for a while on eBay because I knew I wanted them that much. And these were all, I don't think I paid retail price for any of these. They were on sale in Toys R Us or Home Bargains or something. And then lastly, Prime. And I've only ever watched about 4 episodes of Prime, but I love the designs of these figures. Now these might go one day. Viacon is actually, I am thinking of selling Viacon and RC just because she's too skinny and flimsy and I don't like her. And he's just got shit arms. But the others, like Thundertron, whatever his name is, he's an I think he's my favourite one of the whole line. He's brilliant. And then like it's not Skyquake, it's the other one. Skyquake's the repaint of him. So, but there we are. That's the collection as it stands now. Quite a lot different from the video I did a few years ago. Obviously, money being the biggest factor a while ago. It's still a factor. I mean, I can't buy everything I want. I've had to really kind of budget for. I mean, the Hot Toys figures, the ones that I've got are ones that I have thought about and deliberated about and watched hundreds, well not hundreds, but you know, 4 or 5 review videos before I've bought them. Because it's a lot of money, like 150 odd quid is a lot of money to spend on what is essentially a toy that you can't really play with. You know, I mean, Nolan and Royce, I think I took them out of the box. It took me half an hour to put all of Nolan's armour on, and then he's been in the same pose ever since, because it just feels like if you mess about with him too much, things will break or something. So there is that to it. I mean, things like the Thor figure and the Spider-Man figure and the Punisher, they feel sturdy enough, and the Jack Sparrow. But I wouldn't mess about with any of them too much. So yeah, it's all about figuring out which ones I really want. Like the DX02 Batman. I know I wanted a Batman, and I could have bought a DX12 many times because they're all over eBay, but they're all over eBay over £200, and I refuse to go over £200 for something like that. So I think I got that one for 160-ish, just over 160, including postage. So I was happy with that. I don't think I've paid over the odds for any of them. The only one, in fact no, I haven't paid over the odds for any of them. I've set a price that I'm happy to pay for these figures, and I've paid no more than that price, and some of them I've paid even less, so I'm not going to complain. I might sell some of them so I can fund newer figures coming in. I might sell the DX10 so I can get the DX13 with all the battle damage, but at the moment I'm quite happy with the DX10, so we'll see what the DX13 looks like, we'll see how much it costs, and then I'll make a decision then. But I don't have duplicates of figures. I don't have more than one Batman, more than one Terminator, more than one Jack Sparrow. I don't see the point in ordering multiple figures. For the 150 quid you spend on the second figure, you could buy a brand new figure of something else, so I don't see the point in it at all. But there we are, that's just my view on it. So I might start doing some video reviews again, but there's a lot of Hot Toys reviewers and just basically toy reviews on YouTube, so I need to rethink if I want to do it, and B, how I'm going to do it and what format it will be in. I think if I do, I will keep it to like short 10-minute videos or 5-minute videos that just really give a brief overview of the figure, because if you want to go and watch a 30-minute video, there are other reviewers out there who will go through everything in pinpoint detail, whereas when I watch reviews, I want to make a decision in 10 minutes. I want to know this, and this, and how does it stack up to this? If it's a DX02, how does it stack up to the DX12? That kind of thing. So it'll be a shorter style of reviewing from me, because I do have a tendency to waffle, as you've probably guessed. So anyway, this is Phil with my new collection, and until next time, which hopefully won't be too long, stay safe.